Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Another adventure manga channel that sorts by newest updated and picks the most played out trope with the most generic looking MC that goes around and kills monsters or something.
Look at this dude.
But I assure you that you are safe here. I am an honest-to-God perverted manga enjoyer. And to prove it to you, today I come prepared with a manga that may very well get this channel sent to where MAPPA employees go when they work less than 12 hours a day. Thick goth demon mommy with huge honkers who's into cosplay, so you know she's ready to fulfill all your degenerate fantasies. Plus, a man of God that's been corrupted into doing unholy acts. It may sound tame enough, but I assure you that what's about to follow is anything but. I only ask of you to subscribe and pray for me while I continue playing buckshot roulette with YouTube's terms of service. The source is, I'm dating a dark summoner. However, it should really be called, Outside the safety of the city lay dangerous monsters. Parties are groups of adventurers who come together to combat these beasts. Some resemble H-manga protagonists and wield healing magic, while others are goth mommies that employ horrifying devils, like this goofy-looking thing. Wait a minute, this isn't an adventure manga channel. I don't really give two shits about any of that. You're here for what was promised in the intro, and is that a thigh tattoo? Roni the priest is furious because he, a man of God, must be in the same party as Amona, their newest member, a demon demi-human. Haru, the party's knight, tries diffusing the tension between the two of them by saying that they'll have a welcoming party for Amona later that night. But she refuses, saying that being in the same room with a certain priest might spoil the food. Well, the darkness fell over the inn and, oh my, it appears that Roni's divine riz worked its magic even on a demon. I'm sure the Amona demonussi was nothing short of exquisite. But now that post-nut clarity has hit, our priest boy realizes that he's no longer the holy man he was a few hours ago. I can't really show much more of what happened here without an unannounced visit from YouTube's CEO at my doorstep. So let's jump ahead to the next day when Amona is hiding behind a corner, waiting for Roni. He's buying some ointments for his wounds he got during their bonding last night. She questions why he didn't just use his own healing abilities to heal himself, but he couldn't use such sacred techniques on the bite marks she left on him. Well, now that Roni has set off the discussion, Amona tells him that he should stop trimming his manhood afterwards since it's super awkward. Kind of weird that he does it after the act, but hey, who am I to judge a priest? Yuri interrupts them and lets them know that they are in the middle of town, where everyone can hear them discussing Roni's grooming routine. She advises them that if they really want to argue, they should take it to the inn. But ain't no arguing happening at that inn. We're all very aware that the only thing that's gonna go down there is the backshot routine. Later, while on a quest, the gang stumbles upon a lake, so they figure they might as well take a bath. Yuri, however, is thinking about something else. She, of course, figured out that our duo did the dirty from the way they suddenly began behaving around each other. But she's especially surprised that Roni, a man of God, would succumb to such temptations. She suspects Amona must have charmed him with some strange demonic spell. The name of the spell was Huge Juicy Bouncy Mommy Milkers 5000, and let me tell you, those things would make me pay demon child support. With such weapons, Yuri is not surprised how even Roni sinned. But Amona objects, saying that Roni is not even into stuff like that. His weak point is having his pepperonis licked, as can be seen in this very nice illustration provided by the author. Exposing bro like this is crazy. Yuri can't believe that Amona actually tasted the holy pepperonis and even admitted to doing it in broad daylight. If only Yuri knew about the guac guac double vacuum technique. The rest of this chapter includes stuff that I can't show on YouTube without getting banished off of the face of this website. All I can say is that it includes Amona, slimy tentacles, and Roni channeling his inner energy for something other than pumping it into Amona. I'm sure you're all very curious about Amona's background. So let's take a deeper dive while the gang is fighting a monster. The Shin race is thought to be humans born with mutations due to their high magical prowess. These people control creatures known as devils, such as this aforementioned. Devils come from another realm, possess knowledge beyond human comprehension, and impart that knowledge onto their masters in exchange for sacrifices. And right now, the knowledge Amona's devil has to impart onto her free of charge is that our boy Roni is behind her exuding gooner energy. Kind of bad timing to be bricked up in the middle of the battlefield. The imp caught our boy Roni in 8K, staring at Amona's butt while she was fixing her wedged-in panties like she was a 3-course meal, and decided to expose him. While Amona would be more than happy to show him the complete package, what she really needs is some info on that guy's weak points. Not to worry, the devil has the answer to that. Roni's weaknesses are his pepperonis as previously noted, but today's spicy recommendations would be this. There's no way I can say that out loud without this channel becoming past tense, so you'll have to piece it together. Seeing as the devil must have drunk the goofy juice today, she decides to simply hurl a fireball at the monster, luckily taking it down. She of course calls our holy boy a pervert. But I think the priest abstinence is really coming through. For if I were Roni, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit all together couldn't have separated me from those cheeks. Moving on from Amona's cake, now that the monster is dead, it left behind a treasure chest. Mr. Downbad claims that in mythology, these chests are known to as God's blessings and are thought to bestow things that adventurers need the most. Inside the chest, they find a bunny outfit. That's indeed what Roni needs the most right now. The outfit has surprisingly good stats, and Haru asks Amona if she wouldn't try it on. But Amona insists that she would never wear such a skimpy thing, as if her normal outfit is that much different. Roni instantly yells that she absolutely must not wear that outfit. The bunny outfit awakened a memory of a dream he had 10 years ago. While living with the church sisters one night, a bunny girl appeared in one of his dreams, and by the end of it, a lot of white stuff came out of his crotch. Roni's words, not mine. And since then, Bro has been scared stiff of bunny girls. It's nighttime now, and it seems that Amona's devil is coaxing her to make Roni's nightmare a reality. She pretends that she doesn't care, but she is in fact itching to do some unholy acts with the holy man. She pulls up to Roni's room covered in a robe. After entering, she takes it off, revealing, you guessed it, the bunny outfit from earlier, of course. She makes fun of Roni's feeble faith, but our priest boy has already gone mad after seeing bunny girl Amona. He grabs her, and let's just say that, Netflix and chill ensues, except that there's nothing chill about this, and their ancient asses did not have Netflix, so this is just a good old-fashioned. Another day, and yet another adventure for our holy couple that do not engage in premarital tomfoolery whatsoever. Right now, they seem to be in quite the pickle, stuck in a room together after only the two of them got caught in a trap inside a dungeon. Knowing full well that some unholy things will go down if things keep up like this, Roni asks Amona what made her become an adventurer. Amona started eliminating demons for a living. I guess life is tough even for demons. Amona then asks Roni what are his reasons. Well, for Roni it's just his natural job as a priest, to protect the cities from monsters. If this priest job comes with free demonacy, tell me where to sign up right now. This video I'm off to becoming a priest. Never mind, I'm not built for that. Before finishing his heartfelt story, the goofy demon pops out without Amona's permission and asks whether the two of them have anyone they like. Little man over here is upset cause Amona didn't summon him, even though with his powers they could have easily opened the door. But of course such powers come with a cost, which one must pay the demon in exchange. Roni is in a cold sweat thinking he'll end up as imp food, but nah. The little man is chill. His cost is 1 seaweed per spell. Amona offers him 2 sheets of seaweed this time for his help, but nuh-uh. This time around the imp requires something more. He wants these two guys' act of love. He's a real gooner, and I respect it. On a side note, imagine having this guy watching you while doing the deed. It's true that lately they haven't had time to do the dirty because of their peers' constant questioning. But even so, if one of them were to act first, they would just reveal themselves as a degenerate pervert, even though they are both exactly that. Well, seeing as she has the facilities, Amona tries seducing our holy boy by showcasing her side booba, saying that it's suddenly really hot in this room. But Roni does not yield to such perverted acts. He takes off his shirt and uses it defensively as a blindfold, while at the same time giving Amona a good look at his Greek god body. Given that her main weapon has been taken away from her, she begins whispering into Roni's ear, stating that there's no use in holding back. He should just her up and squirt it all out. Roni takes off his blindfold and approaches Amona ready to lay some pipe, but he just ends up hugging her. He doesn't want to ravage her like usual because he's always on the receiving end. All he can do for her right now is hug her. What a sweet moment, but, it appears that something has awakened inside Amona. There's no way she could be satisfied with some half-hearted response like that. She much rather prefer the whole hard truth. The imp kept its promise at least, and now that they're done, the door opened. Jesus Christ, that bed has just seen its first and last use. Back at the tavern, they are celebrating their last quest when Amona gives Roni a little kick under the table. Bro springs into action, saying he's all of a sudden gotten rather inebriated and is going to head back to his room. Yuri deduces that the two of them are planning another bonding session, and of course Amona also follows suit, saying she'll go to sleep. The innkeeper approaches the two remaining girls and congratulates them on their recent party's success. According to Yuri, it's largely due to Roni and Amona joining. Speaking of, the innkeeper asks Yuri to tell those two to tone down their voice while going at it. Last time it happened, he was with another female employee, and it was super awkward. Haru doesn't really understand any of that stuff, so the only person he can rely on is the 1,000-year-old elf Yuri. So, case 1, Amona. Yuri interrupts her while she's taking a break from working at the inn. As a side note, Amona works part-time at the inn to cover for the costs of summoner items, which are not cheap. Yuri cuts straight to the point and tells Amona to be a little quieter when she performs the Guac Guac 5000 on Roni. Amona says the only thing she does with Roni is arm wrestling, but ain't no arm wrestling that sounds like baby making, we all know that. Yuri is curious about how many times they even do it. About 3 times a week, according to Amona. That number seems to be above Yuri's expectations, though I think Amona is downplaying the numbers. She says that they don't actually smash every day. There are times when she would settle for a quickie, though the imp says that recently their best bout is butt play. Case 2. Roni. He invites Yuri to drink some wine, saying that wine has a traditional taste that even the church can recognize. Yuri, though, just gets straight to the point about his and Amona's backshot routine. Roni implores Yuri to keep this matter a secret for a little while. As a priest, he does intend to accept this condemning one day, but right now the demonacy is just too good to give up. Yuri is not condemning him. She just wanted to tell him to tone down the noise. Well, that's done, so she can at least talk to someone normal, like Haru. Haru points out that lately Roni has really changed. In the beginning, he used to be really cold and rude towards the two of them, but now he's warmed up a little, and that might just be because of Amona joining. Yuri figures that maybe it's not that serious after all. Maybe the two really are made for each other. She goes up to Amona's room to tell her to forget about everything, but it seems that Yuri's words went in through one ear and right out the other, considering the fact that Amona was just about to receive the pounding of the century. They say that this is just a closing ritual so they wouldn't have to do it until next week. These guys are way too open, in terms of both mind and crotch. The gang is in a dungeon today fighting an acid lizard demon. The lizard fires a loogie at Amona, and damn, the author was feeling generous with the fan service today, though that may just be this entire manga. All the while Roni is trying to hide his raging stick. Despite the fact that Roni cast acid resistance magic on Amona earlier, Her clothes seem to not have been protected. It would be quite dangerous to walk around the dungeon naked for multiple reasons, so they think about turning back. But not to worry, the imp has a totally normal solution to that problem, I'm sure. He reaches into the void and pulls out a set of heart pasties to provide a sense of freedom from all impediments for his master. Plus, a bottom one. As much as I would have liked to see Amona wear those, it seems that those are not to her liking. Roni, being the nice guy he is, offers to give her his robe since he is equipped with some undergarments anyway. Well, Roni's robe is a bit breezy around the sides, but that's not even the biggest problem. That would be the fact that the robe smells like Roni, and her body can't help but react to that odor. The fact that they had sensual yesterday also doesn't help at all. She thinks it's surely just a physiological response and won't bother her once she gets used to it. After all, it's just Roni's body odor, and it stinks. Roni turns around to recast acid resistance on her and catches her sniffing his robe, crazy style with her hand, where a hand shouldn't be right now. Yuri is weirded out that she would have this kind of fetish, but Imp says that maybe it's because genetically compatible people's body odor does smell good to one another. Amona says that it's not like that. This is just the "you can't help but sniff even though it stinks" thing. Roni has a bone to pick with that statement. He washes his clothes every day at the inn, so they couldn't possibly stink. Now that she set off the conversation, Roni has some complaints. Sometimes there's a funny smell coming from Amona's thigh highs after she takes them off in bed. Not only does Bro partake in a bit of sniffing, he seems to also like it. While trying to explain the smell from Amona's socks, the lizard from before returns, and this time, it's Roni's turn to get hit with a loogie, revealing his Greek god body, much to Amona's excitement. Now that the quest is over, they have returned to base, and in the end, the heart pasties did come in handy, though not for Amona.